And when people ask for a photograph, I hold my breath and I put it here and people could see that. There's a 0% chance of infection from that.
And didn't inhale and never tried it again.
You know, when you know one another, when you know, and no matter how badly you disagree, and people think, Rev, that in the days it's divided here, we had a lot of flat-out old segregationists still in our caucus. But Teddy Kennedy would argue like hell with Jim Eastland, and then they'd go down and have lunch. Didn't agree with one another, but they treated each other with respect even in that day.
You are working on fighting the root causes of immigration in Central America. But so far, we've seen not a reduction in the number of immigrants coming to the U.S., but we are seeing an increase in the number of people coming in. So what has gone wrong so far?
I believe very strongly and approach the work that we are doing to address the root causes of irregular migration. I believe very strongly. Most people don't want to leave home. So I am approaching our root causes work with that spirit, understanding that in particular in the countries in Central America, with an emphasis on Guatemala, I was just in Honduras, El Salvador, what we must do is help address the reasons people are leaving.
We talk like there's no amendment that's absolute. You couldn't buy a cannon and when this amendment was passed. And so no reason why you should be able to want to help every major city follow New York's lead, to put together partnerships like this one you put together and meet on a daily basis. And my saying that I was told, well, patients don't want to share their data. They all want to share their data. Sometimes y'all don't want to share what you know. And for each.
I would say to our athletes, you're there to compete. Do not risk incurring the anger of the Chinese government because they are ruthless. I know there is a temptation on the part of some to speak out while they are there. I respect that, but I also worry about what the Chinese government might do to their reputations, to their families.
Why would you say that Latinos should vote for the Democrats this November?
The first piece of legislation that sent to Congress was immigration reform. It was our first initiative to say we must have a pathway for citizenship. The problem is Congress is not acting. The problem is that we have members of Congress, in particular,
But Congress and the Senate are Democrats. The majority are Democrats, right?
No. But however, no, it's not like it's purely Democrats. In the Senate, it's 50-50, 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. And so the way that our democracy works is you need a majority. And sometimes you need, in the Senate, sometimes you need 60 of the 100 to actually act on certain kinds of initiatives and pieces of legislation. So we have to agree that, first of all, this is an essential issue that is about what is right, what is fair, and what is good for the economy of the United States. We must pass immigration reform. We must create a pathway to citizenship.
And amazing, until 1981, this powerful body, the Supreme Court, was all white men. Imagine. America wasn't all white men in 1981.
So one other thing about it is when we talk about inflation and people say, oh, you're spending money on this or that, this is completely paid for. Not only is it paid for, it will, in fact, reduce the national debt because it is, we raised so much more money because we thought we were going to do so much more.
Has he ever been ambushed by a cake? Has
the president ever been ambushed by a cake? Not that I'm aware of.
His reaction.
You'll see the photo that I did take where Magic was kind enough, generous enough to ask me for a photograph. And in my left hand's the mask, and I took a photo. The rest of the time, I wore it.
Hey, Governor Phil Schumer with Fox 11. I know you probably want to make that the last word on this, but given your history with this issue, should you maybe have reconsidered taking the mask off for the photo, for the image, the message that it might send?
Of course. I was trying to be gracious, and I made a mistake. I was trying to be gracious and took the mask off for brief second. But
Magic